It's the final few seconds before the lights go out, and the race to the podium begins. You know this battle will be won off the track as well as on it. You've studied your tactics, anticipated every move like a grandmaster. You've researched and analyzed, modified and fine-tuned to perfection. You have honed your instincts to give you an edge over your rivals. Your drivers focused, your team ready. The championship in the balance. First past the checkered flag, the goal, epic victory, or ultimate failure. There is only a heartbeat between them. Motorsport manager, take control.
Hey, we are back, and we're at the end of the season, so I figured I would film the off-season stuff. Setting up next year's car, stuff like that, because you only get to see that once a year, so I'll go ahead and put a video on it. We ended up in the drivers here at 13 and 16. Our last couple races were pretty bad. 8th overall. Which, I mean, you know, we were anticipated to be at 10th, so we're above expectations, but we were up there at 6th for a while. Wow, we got manager this season? Okay. Let's see what we got for prize money for the year. 12 mil. It's not bad. Scouting report. We added a race this year. Kept the practice sessions. And the very high payments, we voted for this. Actually, we abstained, but we were hoping it would pass, and it did. It gives more money for the people at the top, and since we've been basically kind of in the middle, we do better than we were at the bottom, you know what I mean? So, this should help us. Let's see who this guy is that we scouted. Hothead. I don't like the 25 minus mechanic relationship. It means you won't get a second mechanic bonus. And that marketability is actually only a 54. And she's not bad. She still got 2 years under contract. We'll check her as someone to look at later when we just go to replace drivers. Contract ending with, who was that? Okay, that was someone else. Ooh, 100% marketability. Damn. And we just re-signed our second driver. He's cheap, though. I don't know if he'd even talk to us. Yeah, he wouldn't. We'll check him as we look at later, though. When we go up a league. See how you are. 11%. Yeah, you suck. We're not even going to look at you. Okay, car design unlocked. This is where we design our chassis. Not the parts that go on it, but the chassis itself. And we had set our budget on high. You know, say take out money every week for the next car. And we had it set on high, so we got $9 million for that, saved up for next year's car. So, engine supplier. Now this is one that you always want to go for the best because it follows through to next year. The others don't, but this is cumulative. It slowly adds up over the years, the engine one. The other chassis modifications here are just for this season. Medium, strong, both the same price. We'll go for the medium strong, higher improvability. That's good. Medium tire wear. We want strong tire wear. Why are these two the same at different prices? Seems like one of those should be very strong or something, huh? Well, strong, and strong. We'll take the cheaper strong. Brake Supplier. Very strong and strong for 500,000. So we basically took the best car we could. We can't set these. This is for another league. Okay, so there's our chassis done. And I think I'm going to start my test track under construction. Because I've got a building for the other stuff. And which one don't I have? The wind tunnel is front wing, and those are spec in this league, so we don't need that. It does help driver skills, but simulators for the rear wing, brakes, we're on level 2, so we've already got one. So anything else we want to be upgrading over the off season? Can't afford to do the factory or the design center yet. We just did upgrade the forecasting center. We're going to need drivers at the end of this year. And that's fairly cheap as far as buildings go. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, that'll be it for buildings. Save some money. We should end up with a couple of events like this one, improvability gains. You'll end up with things that you can pay for to add even more to your chassis. Drivers, moving places, scouting report. Markability 95, we like that. Bad on smoothness. But he's still got a 16, so, and wet weather pro, that's what she has, Shen has also. We'll definitely check you. What do you even talk to us now? No. So that's the one we get up into the next league. Okay. But looking at the placement of the new fuel tank, it looks like there's a lot of flexibility there. Some small adjustments would give us large gains in the car's overall improvability. +1 improvability, -1 fuel efficiency. I don't like giving up fuel efficiency. Improvability is nice, though. Damn, I don't know. No, we're gonna leave it. We should get another option for stuff also. Average, very best. Let's look at you. 100% markability. You're incredible. There's probably no way you'd even talk to us. Yeah. Better check all these guys. I don't want my pit crews contracts running out here in the off season. I don't think they do because it's by races, but I want to make sure everyone's. So most of these guys will make it almost all the way through the season. We've got 12 races in the season now. Yeah, I started at 10. We've added one in the last 2 years, so everybody's all rested, everything. Only 15% markability, that's kind of crap. Because see, who we'd be replacing would be Boateng. His markability is good. She's contract's up at the end of this year too, so we need to re-sign her for sure, and hopefully replace him because he's maxed out. A unique opportunity. Okay, this will be our second chassis. Markability plus 25, chairman's happiness minus 20, that's easy enough to replace, so we'll do that. Finish some scouting more drivers. Low markability. Nothing special. Good adaptability. That helps with if they're on the wrong tires for condition. The adaptability makes that have less of an impact. Tire trade-off. Tire heating +1, wear -1. So it cancels itself out. Sometimes tire wear doesn't matter so much though on the low tire usage tracks. I think the less heating would be good because you can push them harder. Livery. You can edit your livery once a year for free. I think I want to brighten the screen up a little bit. Make it a little easier to see. Easier to see on race day when you're in just a little thumbnails. If you change your livery during the season, it costs you $500,000, but you can do it free once a year. real good on tire heating. And as soon as that chassis is done, we want to start designing new parts for the season. Pre-season testing this weekend. It's just after that we get to start designing parts. Okay, now what you're looking for here is for your cars to go through this and not have a lot of time in the pits for errors. So far we haven't had any, and we're these two. Come on, there you go. Oh, had one there for overheating. Tang's car came out faster, huh? Now we should be able to start designing parts. Now, what do we want to do for parts first off? $134, $149. Brakes, huh? And how is our designer at brakes? Here's an 8. It's better suspension than engine. The engine we're going to want to be doing towards the latter half of the year because we're building that engine building at the headquarters. So ideally, I mean, to get the most bang for our buck, we'd want suspension early so we would get it improved and be able to use it during the year. So we're going to design a suspension part. And this one will bring our max up to 211. We'll probably do one exactly right after this one, then probably use that second one. We won't put any time into improving this one. We're just kind of building it as a foundation for the ones we'll build after it. So improving parts, we want reliability on our engines. Suspension we'll work on last because we're building some of those. If we have time to do them beforehand, great. If not, so be it. So these are our lowest reliability parts, so we'll work on those. And as far as here in performance, we're not going to do engines because we're going to be building engines. We're going to build illegal engines near the end of the year for next year, so we'll live with these numbers. We'll probably improve those, although that means we're going to be running these. They don't have a lot to come up. So okay, let's go ahead and bring them up. And we want to concentrate on reliability. Right now we're just putting stuff here to take advantage of this passive 0.6. You know. And a lot of times, see, this is 26 days after, 62 days after. Now watch if we just slide one person over, it only adds 2 days to the top one, but it took off 14 days. $16 days off that one, so we'll go 19 and 1. Get more bang for our buck overall that way. We want to get all our parts up to 70 first round, and then we'll go back through them again, get them over 80ish, and then start bringing them up. Because you want to get them out of these 50s and 60s early. Targets. Where do we want to push expectations? I think we go for 8th this year. We went 10th the first 2 years. We're going to go for 8th this year. It's an extra $4 million. Well, 3.7. We'll take that. So now we've got 29 million. That gets feedback. Adaptability and consistency. Braking. They both could use adaptability and consistency. Feedback would be nice also. Braking, they're both fairly decent at. So either feedback or consistency, adaptability. This is feedback for 7 mil. We could do both. Let's do both. Early years, I tend to spend a lot on this kind of stuff that's long-term investment. Because the sooner I start improving my driver's skills, especially Key, because she's the only one that's got any room for improvability, the better. Overall, our headquarters is 3rd, 4th in design, 5th in factory. Wow, everyone's got their big factory going. Damn. That factory is so expensive. So that's going to have to wait. 15 million. It only leave me 4 million. What are our finances looking like per race? You can hit the chairman up for, oh no, we can't do it yet. You can hit him up for X money once a year. We want high budget for this year's car. That's got us losing money. That's not good. No new sponsors coming up for 3 or 4 races. We're going to have to just go medium here. Maybe once we get into the season, we'll start seeing how we're actually doing with bonuses and stuff, and maybe we can jump that up to high. I think we're kind of pushing it as far as we can right now. Which definitely means we can't do the factory. So 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks. $11 days to the first race. So 3, 4, and 5 months. 1, 2. So somewhere in here, our buildings will be done mid-season, which is good because then mid-season we can start designing illegal engines for next year. It'll work out well then. How are our parts doing? There's our scouting facility done. First race, 30 laps. 40% chance of rain on Sunday. Favors acceleration. Super soft and soft, huh? Yeah. Lead designer doesn't like her cars. Actually, Shen would get a lot better, but Pao, I know. Pao Tang is not all that great, but frankly, he's a hell of a person to be complaining. He's only 2.5 stars. And he's our weakest staff member. He's 2.5 stars, and Bao is 2 stars. So he's a touch better than Bao. Actually, he's a touch better than Shen too, but she's got a touch into 5 potential. Bao Tang's going to be drifting. +1 cornering, +5 markability for 26 weeks. That's good. Team markability +30. Where does it show? There's a spot where it shows how much impact that is. Because like the drivers each have their own marketability and the team has its. And then they average out into that number. Don't know where it shows that though. I know I've seen it. Where is your morale? He's at 100, so he can take the hit. We'll go ahead and boost it. See if that made a noticeable difference. I brought it up 10% over here in overall, so hopefully that sticks around long enough to help our next sponsors. Okay, so our suspension build is done, which means we immediately start designing the second one. Again, we had the medium speed corners +10. Don't want it just during qualifying. If we add 5 days build time, we get 10 more. So yeah, we'll do that. That makes it 251. And then our next one after that, we'll use this one and we'll build another one and it'll get another spot. And we'll use that one also. So we'll make 3 and use 2. This first one we made we're not going to actually use. Okay. Gonna drop these out. What is this next race? Engine, acceleration are the ones that wear down the fastest. So maybe we should go ahead and leave those in. It's going to be until tomorrow. Well, I don't want to do suspension. And these are almost at 60. So yeah, we leave those there. Alright, and I'm going to leave this here because we're at travel time. That's a good time to end this. So that, gives you an idea of what you do in the off season to get ready. So I think it was worth putting that video out. If you did find something that you enjoyed or got some value out of, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not, share it out to a friend, all that good stuff helps the channel, and we will talk to you next time. See ya.